How about that generic music? Gotta love it. Jared Atkins coming to you remote, mobile, and live. Let's start calling these the Laundromat Chronicles, man, because I do this every once in a while when I'm at the laundromat. Like I said, I got my earbuds in, and as I stated before, with the podcast hosting that we have, it's got a mobile feature where you can record up to a 90-minute episode on your phone, just earbuds, or I guess you don't even have to have earbuds. But I just figured I'd shoot the shit, man. I am amped up. This might be dominated by pro wrestling. Last night was night one of the National Wrestling Alliance's 2-night pay-per-view extravaganza, Crockett Cup. And, dude, I was super stoked. The NWA, for all intents and purposes, has pretty much been a non-factor in professional wrestling, with the exception of the early days of TNA, which used to be called NWA TNA back in 2002. For the most part, since Jim Crockett Promotions sold out to Ted Turner and what became WCW, World Championship Wrestling, the NWA kind of much phased out in the 80s. There was still an umbrella brand of the National Wrestling Alliance, without a question. There was still an umbrella brand. There was many promotions underneath that umbrella, and like I said, TNA was the only one, to pretty much rise up, and then they ended their partnership and went on to become TNA, and now, of course, it's Impact Wrestling. Anyways, in 2016, 2017 East, Billy Corgan, the lead singer-songwriter of the Smashing Pumpkins, purchased the NWA brand and completely gutted it and remarketed it. It's got a real old school 1970s, 1980s TV vibe. And I checked out a little bit here or there throughout the years, but I really didn't hop on the NWA brand until about 6 months ago. And I've kind of become the NWA guy, I think, for bodyslam.net, where I contribute a lot of wrestling stuff to, articles and news and op-eds and everything. Check them out on Facebook or Twitter, bodyslam.net. But anyways, last night, Corgan delivered night one of the Crockett Cup. Man, and it was a great show. For those that don't know, Crockett Cup was something that was started in the 80s by Jim Crockett Jr. and David Crockett as a memorial to their father, Jim Crockett Sr. It's just basically like a tag team tournament invitational. And that's what it is this year. There was 20 teams, 16 seeds. They had a 4-team play-in for the 16 seed. And so far it's been pretty good. The leading, in my opinion, and I've done brackets. I mean, here we are in March Madness. But I've done Crockett Cup brackets too. Bracket time. I love brackets. And the number one overall seed is the reigning, defending NWA World Tag Team Champions, Law Rebellion. Mecha Wolf and Bestia Sace. And man, they come out to the ring last night in a cool garb, mirroring what the death metal band Ghost did for their music video Circe, which is an awesome music video, by the way, if you're into Dark Lord type music. But what was really cool about this, probably the coolest moment of the tournament last night, without a doubt, was seeing the World Tag Team Champions, Law Rebellion, coming out with the current tag team titles, but they also came out with the original, which the Crockett family still has in their possession, come out with the original NWA World Tag Team Championship belts. So they were carrying their current belts plus a throwback to, and I love homages, I love callbacks, baby, love it, fucking love it, love it, love it. And, it's still real to me, damn it. For those of you that don't know what that means, you want a few minutes of laughter, don't matter if you're a wrestling fan or not, you'll get laughter out of this. You go to YouTube, you type in pro wrestling, type in It's Still Real to Me, damn it. 2007 Q&A convention. A guy breaks down crying, thanking all these legends. It's still real to me, damn it. Yeah. But I could go on and ramble about the entire pay-per-view. about night 1. Night 2 is tonight. Pre-show starts at 7 p.m. Pay-per-view kicks off at 8 p.m. It'll run 8 to 11. Run to about midnight after the pre-show wrap-up. I'm all down for it. I'm game for it. I could run it all down here. It's kind of just like, I just want to talk about it a little bit. But I think we're going to do I think tomorrow night, I don't know about tonight, I think tomorrow night we're going to do a bodyslam.net coverage, or we've talked about it, so there's that. But yeah, hell of a pay-per-view. Every championship in the company is on the line tonight for night 2, plus we're down to the final 4, which, by the way, my bracket, I'm 3 for 4 on the final 4 in my Crockett Cup bracket, thanks to some shenanigans and haberdashery. Kind of screwed up, but for the most part, I'm 3 out of 4 on the final 4, so those, so we'll have 3 matches there for the Crockett Cup, with the winner getting the Crockett Cup, and then we'll have the Women's World Championship on the line, the National Championship on the line, Television Championship on the line, Junior Heavyweight Championship on the line, Women's Tag Team titles on the line, and of course the be-all, end-all, which I'm going to, before I wrap up this wrestling part, or however long, whatever this episode is, before we wrap up that, I want to talk about the main event of Crockett Cup tonight for the 10 pounds of gold, the NWA World Heavyweight Championship belt, the belt that was made fucking famous. I was born in 1987. As everybody knows, I'm a student of professional wrestling, the history of it. This belt was made famous, cradled in the ever-loving arms around the beautiful chiseled waists of guys like Ric Flair, Terry Funk, Harley Race, Jack Briscoe. The list goes on and on. Jeff Jarrett, Nature Boy, Ric Flair. I said him, didn't I? Shit. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Didn't Ronnie Garvin had a stint with that belt? If I'm not mistaken, didn't Ronnie Garvin hold that momentarily? Or that might have been the Vegas Big Gold, or the Big Gold. Anyways, the reigning champion, always ready, Matt Cardona. For those of you who don't know who Matt Cardona is, you might remember him from World Wrestling Entertainment, where he competed under the name of Zack Ryder. The greatest thing to happen to this man was him being released from his WWE contract. He got cut in April due to the quarantine budget cuts, COVID, and this dude is drawing every fucking where he go. There's some points in pro wrestling when you look at guys that get released from a contract with one organization and go compete for another organization, where there's guys like, damn, I really wish we would have kept him. I guarantee you, at some point, with Cardona being the talk of pro wrestling right now, Vince McMahon is sitting up in his office with that sleazy douchebag. God, I wish he would hear this. If he does hear, I'll say it to your face, Nick Khan, you are a douchebag. You're a glad-hungry yes man. You're a douchebag. God, I hate you. God, I hate your guts, Nick Khan. Hate your guts. Vince sent over to Nick Khan, and Nick Khan himself is like, yeah, Vince, I probably shouldn't have done that one. Vince goes, yeah, God damn it, pal. You think so? Anyways, Cardona is over like gangbusters. Everything he touches in professional wrestling right now is golden. The guy's running around with the NWA World title. I believe he's holding the Impact Digital Media Championship. He's holding the World Championship for a couple other promotions on the indie scene. Of course, he's got his Internet Championship, which really made him famous. He created the Internet title. Anyways, everything he touches is golden. Guys love to hate. He is working as he is on another level as a heel, as a bad guy in this business right now. I haven't seen something like this in a long time. I get super excited talking about it. Everything he touches is gold. People love to hate people he's associated with. They've got a team in the Final Four tonight at the Crockett Cup called the Cardonas, which is Big Mike Knox, who wrestled for WWE, and VSK, who is one of Cardona's best friends from childhood. They're heat magnets by association. They're calling themselves the fucking Cardonas. And I just love it. I love it. This is the year of Matt Cardona. Not only that, this is the year of 2022, I put a hashtag on Facebook. I put a hashtag on Twitter. It's starting to pick up a little steam on Twitter. I haven't really used it a whole lot on Facebook. It's hashtag 2022, the year of pro wrestling. And that's what it is. This is the year of pro wrestling. You know, we're so far in the future. We're in an advanced era where we have to be sensitive, where we have to pander to people, where you can't be who you really are. And maybe that's a good thing. But whatever else, wrestling is all PG, cute, and friendly right now. There's no blood. There's no guts in the WWE. There is in the independent scene. There isn't, goddamn, there is in GCW, Game Changer Wrestling. But, lost my train of thought. I got so excited. It's just, this is the year of pro wrestling. This is the year of independent wrestling. This is the year of everything in general. This is a phenomenal year for the business. We're 2 years still going through this pandemic. I won't say we're through it. I don't know if we'll ever be through it. But where we are at right now, it's simply amazing. It's an amazing thing to behold. And can't wait for Crockett Cup tonight, night 2. So I don't want to talk a whole lot about it because, like I said, I'm under the impression that we are going to do a second or a post-show review tomorrow night or in the following days of Crockett Cup. So, something else I want to talk about, March Madness. What about March Madness? My God, you know, I know the games didn't tip off till Thursday. Let me tell you about what I was going to do. So going back to 2009, 2010-ish when I started at Wapaka and I was on the night shift and I always had to work during the tournament, during the first few days of the tournament. Even if I was working night shift, I'd be too busy sleeping during the day. Then when I finally got the day shift, I'd listen to games on the radio or I'd stream them on iHeartRadio, finding local affiliates of where these schools were from. And I had decided that last year that I was going to take vacation for the first week of March Madness, and then the kids has got spring break the next week. And COVID screwed me because I got COVID in January, and I wiped out a week plus a day of my vacation for that. So next year, come hell or high water, I will do the same thing. I will take. But anyways, got to watch some games Friday. Got to watch a little bit of games last night. My 8-year-old, she turned 8 today, my middle one. So, I didn't get to watch a whole lot of games last night. I watched a little bit yesterday. And then last night was Crockett Cup, and I wasn't about to be moved from that. So, and then today we celebrated her birthday a little more, so I didn't get to watch any of that. But, how about these brackets, baby? Who's in good shape out there? I'm not. I never am. It's just fun. Do brackets. So at any rate, though, how's everybody doing? Beautiful Sunday afternoon outside. I'm ready to start the next chapter here. My dad, who's I've worked with for the last 26 months. My dad has resigned from his position as a supervisor at the production facility we work at, the factory. He starts a new career tomorrow. I'm almost 35. My dad's been at this place 32, 33 years altogether, a lot of time in, but he's, 54 years old now. He's getting ready to settle in for the last 10, 15 years of his working career. So, it'll be weird not seeing him. All I wanted to do as a kid was work side by side with him. And although he wasn't my supervisor, he worked in the next door departments. It's going to be weird not seeing him there. I will get his comfy parking spot, though, if I can beat somebody in there. Dad always had this coveted parking spot. I got to get in there early in the morning so I can covet it. Anyways, no, one other thing I want to talk about, and a lot of times why I've been doing this at the laundromat is it's just me getting thoughts out that are cluttered in my head, and I don't know what else to do with them, so I just put them out here, and if people listen to them, they get downloads. I don't know why. But the last thing I wanted to talk about was I've been looking a little bit about my financial future here. I've been really getting into watching videos on retirement plans and everything lately. And you guys got your retirement plan set up? I had one set up at 10 years I spent at Wapaka. And then, not so much anymore. I never started one where I'm at now, and I've been there 2 years because I didn't think I'd be here 2 years. But now I'm kind of settling into the way things are going there. The insurance is cheap. Per my divorce, I have to keep insurance on 3 kids. For 3 kids, plus me, vision, dental, health, and supplemental life insurance on all of us with a $2,000 or $2,500 deductible, which ain't bad. I pay like $36 a week, and it's good insurance. So that's the thing, keeps it there. And I didn't start a retirement plan when I started there because they didn't company match. They used 2 years ago. Now this year they're going to be reevaluating their company retirement plans, and starting this first year, they're going to match 1% of what you put in, which ain't a lot, but it's a start compared to not matching. So I decided I finally needed to get a little something going, so I've set that up. I've started taking $20 out of my checking every week, which is only $20. I'm doing what I'm doing right now. I'm barely getting by. Everybody knows the story. #TrustPaulJesus. Taking my life back this year. But I started taking $20 a week out of my check as soon as it hits there and putting it in a savings account. I've been thinking about putting it into a Roth IRA account to see it grow a little bit. But I need to talk to somebody out there that's a real financial whiz. I need to get with somebody. I need to get in the stock market. I used to hold stock years ago in Kimball, and I pulled it out, made a little bit of money on it. I shouldn't have done that. But I really need to, really want to start getting invested. I'm really, I'm looking at a bunch of penny stocks and stuff with cannabis and marijuana. And I ain't never fucked with weed on any level, financial or recreational, anything. But I'm telling you right now, there is millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars to be made in marijuana and cannabis and CBD and all the related stuff that goes with it. You could get paid. Paid. You just got to get in at the right time. Everybody's involved in Bitcoin. I don't know shit about Bitcoin. So I don't know. But other than that, I don't really have a lot going on. Not much to say. This is a bonus episode, just me. I'm going to start calling these when I do these, because I've done this now twice at the laundromat. I'm going to start calling these the Laundromat Chronicles or the Laundromat Ramblings. The wash load wishy-washy thoughts. I don't know, something stupid. Maybe I put a spin on it, try to make a couple of letters match up or something. I'm past the point of being embarrassed when I record. For the longest time when we started this podcast, especially if I do solo episodes by myself, I'd be embarrassed and making myself look like an idiot till I realized I do a damn fine job of making myself look like an idiot regardless. So, shit, man. Hit record, run tape. You know what I'm saying? And I really do like our podcast hosting with Podbean, because it's got this neat little thing right here. I can do it right here on my phone. You know what I'm saying? I've said it before. And you can run an hour-and-a-half long episode right here on your phone, and you can still do all the sound effects, and you can add music and stuff in like that. They're all stock options, but I have a lot of fun with it. Me and Kurt just did another little brief episode Friday morning. This week, I've neglected notes for almost a month now. I've just been so busy with other shit. I got to hit the books hard because this week, Friday, well, I can't Friday. Kids are on spring break. I'm going to pick them up Thursday afternoon after I get off work. Saturday night I have plans with my homeboy, my bestie. So probably Sunday afternoon, me and Kurt's going to get together and we're going to finally knock out point guard since it is basketball season. But we're going to supposed to be the top 10 point guards in NBA history. And I quit on the list because I got to a point where I was having trouble with the list, and it basically slowed down. We had so many ties, honorable mention ties and everything, on a point guard list when we never should have. So then I told Kurt maybe we ought to roll to the top 25 point guards. So I don't know if I'm going to trim the list down, go through it one more time, or if we're just going to do top 25. But it's hard because, how do you factor in? Do you just go by stats? Do you go by championships? Do you go by contributions to the game? And it's all opinion-based. That's the best thing about sports debates and sports, but a lot of it's opinion-based unless you're doing a biopic episode. But anyways, I'm really looking forward to that. We're going to get that done. A couple other episodes me and Kurt got coming in the works. We do a lot of World Series episodes. That seems to be our biggest crowd pleaser is when we do World Series episodes. Everybody really loves hearing those. I'd like to continue our 3-part series on what I call government overreach. We did the Ruby Ridge episode. I'd like to follow that up with 3 events that are related, which the next in chronological order would be David Koresh and the Branch Davidians of Waco 93, and then following it up with Timothy McVeigh and Terry Nichols, Oklahoma City, bombing the James P. Murrah building, 1995. So that's coming up in the works. And eventually Kurt and I are going to get meat taters, which is something every sports podcast eventually does, especially if they talk baseball. They do the steroids in baseball issue. That'll be fun. And then I want to do a look back at Pete Rose, kind of. And so I've got a lot going, but then to sidebar from that to what I had mentioned the last time I was here at the laundromat recording is that I've got many other podcasts set to launch sometime this year. There's going to be a relaunch of the wrestling podcast. I had we did the first episode of Wrestling Through the Eras, but me and the guys could never make schedules mesh, and I deleted all the episodes off of social media and everywhere. I have the episodes saved. If we ever try to do this one again, I can go back and upload it again. But for right now, that's on hold, so I'm going to look to start another pro wrestling podcast. I'm going to be starting an outdoors podcast about trapping, hunting, fishing. A lot of it based on coyotes with 2 of my buddies I go coyote hunting with. There's that. And then we're going to be looking at doing a Freemasonry podcast with a guy I'm in lodge with. And then the biggest one I've got a lot of study material and done a lot of research on. I really want to get involved in is a true crime podcast. I put feelers out to several different people. I've all kind of got maybes. One has shown interest, but she said it would be later in the year. And that one will be covering, disappearances, murders, arson, bank robberies, serial killers in depth. The True Crime Podcast. I'm super, super excited about that. So, and then other than that, guys, that's pretty much all I've got. I don't really have a lot else going on, not a lot else to talk about. So, I just wanted to hop on, say hi, and ramble a little bit about what was going on in my head, especially Crockett Cup, man. Like I said, night 1 last night, man, I'm on a high. Crockett Cup last night was absolutely amazing. Cannot wait for night 2. Gonna get my laundry done, get home. Pre-show starts at 7. Pay-per-view kicks off at 8. Cannot wait. Looking forward to it. And for everything else, Kurt's not here, obviously. But I'd like to thank the people that support Steel Toes and Scoreboards. We are a small-time podcast. And downloads keep picking up every week. We get a little more traction. I don't know who's listening, to be honest, and I shouldn't down my own product. I don't know why you listen. I still think it's because people out there are like, listen to these dumb fucks talk. But I want to thank each and every one of you. I want to thank the few people that reach out. And when I say reach out, I mean message-wise or email-wise. I get a couple of those. People that know us that are local give a thumbs up or like, hey, good episode. But as far as actual reaching out, comment, and I've only had a few people reach out that know me, that live away from here, that's not local, or people message our Steel Toes and Scoreboards Twitter account or our Facebook page. And I'd like to thank the people that do. You guys are what keep us going. I get down on myself sometimes, and I don't recur. And then this 51-year-old man who Never would have dreamed he'd ever be about podcasting. It's pushing me like, when are we going to get back on the mic, man? Let's get back on the mic. Let's get back on the mic. Kurt's pushing me. Kurt's loving it. Of course, Kurt has the easiest job in the world. I'm the one that has to put all the research together. Kurt has one simple job. He watches film study on anything we're going to talk about, and he'll read an article or two that's not very long. So he's got something to contribute, whereas I'm the one putting in all the notes, printing in all the notes. I'm the one that post-products these episodes. But regardless, people seem to like what we do, and I can't thank you enough. I really want to thank you guys for that. So thank you guys for this bonus episode, the Laundromat Chronicles number 2. For Kurt Kelly, I'm Jared Atkins, and we will see you guys very soon when we do our next episode. Thanks.